When I was a kid, our neighbor's chicken kept sneaking into our backyard. One day I caught it and said, "Come back here again and I'll turn you into fried chicken." But since the chicken didn't seem to understand threats, I wrote a note, tied it to its leg and said, "Dear chicken, please stay out of our yard, thank you." The next day, our neighbor knocked on the door and said, "Thanks for the note. My chicken brought it back." Yup, the chicken really delivered the message.
So a woman walks into the restaurant with her son. He's maybe 10 years old. The kid sees our hot sauce wall and goes, "Can I try the spiciest one?" I say, "It's called Hellboy." Chew. 7 million Scoville. It's no joke. But the mom? She just waves it off. He loves spicy food. Let him try. So I warn her again. This stuff? It's used in military pepper spray. She insists. So I give the kid one single drop. 5 seconds later, he's turning bright red, crying, chugging milk like it's holy water. And then, get this, the mom turns to me and says, "Why would you give that to my child?" I just look at her and say, "Because you told me to."
There was this woman at work, let's call her Melissa. Melissa acted like she ran the place, not a manager, not even senior. But she'd report people for every little thing. Using your phone, talking too loud, eating smelly food. You name it, she tattled. One day she reports me for wearing inappropriate shoes. They were flats. Literal. Flats. That was it. I snapped. So I started watching her. Turns out, Melissa had been having an affair with the regional manager. She thought no one knew. I emailed screenshots to her fiancé. Screenshots. From inside the office. A week later, he shows up during lunch, in front of the entire floor. He calls off the engagement and throws her ring into her salad. Melissa took a leave, never came back. And now, I wear whatever shoes I want. Last night, I was just about to fall asleep. When I noticed my bedroom door slowly creak open, it was my little sister. She walked in quietly and said, "I want some water." Her voice was off, like cold, emotionless. She looked pale, her eyes almost empty. I was tired, so I just mumbled, "Then go get it yourself." She didn't say a word. She turned around and walked out. A few seconds later, I heard the kitchen faucet running. Nothing strange, right? Until I got a message on my phone. It was from my sister. "Staying at Mom's tonight. See you in the morning." I swear, someone or something just walked out of my room.
I was texting my crush, and things were actually going well for once. She said she liked my vibe. I panicked and sent a screenshot of the chat to my best friend like, "Bro, she's into me." Except, I didn't send it to my best friend. I sent it to her, to my crush. The girl I was talking about. Yeah, the same girl I was texting. Screenshot. Full context. No escape. She replied, "Glad you're excited." I haven't replied since. I'm hoping faking my death is still a valid option in 2025.
My roommate and I have been living together for 3 months. We share stuff like kitchen items and sometimes snacks. No big deal. But last week, I noticed my body wash kept running out faster than usual. Like, way faster. So I put a tiny piece of tape under the cap. This morning I checked, and it was broken. He used it. Again. So I confronted him and said, "Hey, can you stop using my soap? I don't feel comfortable sharing that." And he got super defensive, like, "Dude, it's just soap. We're both guys. It's not that deep." I told him that's exactly why I'm uncomfortable. And now he's calling me uptight and saying I'm being weird about hygiene. So, Aida for not wanting to share something that touches my naked body?
So I pulled up to a red light in my 2007 Honda Civic. Nothing crazy, just chillin'. Then this guy rolls up in a matte black BMW. Music loud, sunglasses on, head slightly tilted like he owns the street. I don't know what came over me. I looked at him, he looked at me, and I nodded. The universal signal for let's race. The light turned green. I floored it. So did he. I was winning for exactly 3 seconds. Then I heard this varoom sound as he flew past me like I was standing still. Want to know the worst part? As he passed me, he didn't even look at me. He didn't smirk. He didn't laugh. He just changed the song. I lost the race and my dignity to a guy who didn't even know we were racing.
I was home alone, trying to sleep. Everything was silent, like too silent. Then I heard it, breathing, but not outside the window. It was coming from inside my closet. At first, I froze. Maybe I was imagining it, so I held my breath, completely still. But the sound continued. Inhale, exhale, inhale. I stood up, walked slowly to the closet, hand shaking on the handle. Then, something whispered, "Don't." I jumped back. My heart stopped. But then, the door creaked open, by itself. And inside, nothing. Just my clothes. Except, they were wet.
So I went on a first date with this guy I met online. He was actually cute. Like, way cuter than his pictures. We went to this fancy little Italian place. I was trying to be elegant, classy. Then I sneezed. Like, full power, head thrown back, borderline explosion sneeze. And with that sneeze, I accidentally farted, loudly, in a tiny restaurant, with echo. There was silence. Then he slowly looked at me and said, "Bless you, and your other end." I wanted to crawl under the table and die. But instead, I married him 2 years later.
We were just messing around, play fighting on the couch. She grabbed a pillow, threw it at me, and missed, badly. I laughed. She pouted. So, obviously, I had to tease her. I lunged at her, pretending to wrestle the pillow away. She pulled back. I stumbled. And somehow, we both ended up falling onto the bed behind us. For a second, neither of us moved. We just stared at each other, both breathing a little harder than before. She smiled. I smiled. And honestly, I don't even remember who won the pillow fight after that.
Last week, I lost my uncle. We buried him in the family plot. Old cemetery, foggy, cold. 2 nights ago, I went back. I don't know why. Something just pulled me there. I was walking past the graves when I heard it. My name, whispered, from behind a tombstone. I froze. No one else was there. No wind. No birds. Just silence. Then I heard it again. Come closer. It was his voice. My uncle's. I ran. But not before I saw it. His headstone, the soil in front of it, was freshly disturbed.
I woke up to 14 missed calls from my mom. Then I checked Facebook. And apparently, I got married. To a girl named Layla. I don't know a Layla. My relationship status said, married to Layla T. She had already posted, "I love you, baby. Forever starts now. We've never met. I swear." Then my aunt commented, "She's beautiful. When's the wedding?" And my ex liked the post. I spent the next 3 hours figuring out how to cancel a marriage I never agreed to. Last night, I was brushing my teeth. Normal night. Until I looked up and saw someone standing behind me. I spun around. Nothing. Nobody. Heart racing, I turned back to the mirror. The reflection? Still there. It smiled. Waved. And then, it stepped out of the mirror. I dropped my toothbrush. I ran. I don't know if I locked the bathroom door. I don't even know if I'm alone anymore. Would you subscribe to the channel? Thanks.